In today's video, we'll be discussing a very famous machine coding interview question, which is asked in many product-based companies. So it's about implementing local storage with expiry. So what happens is when we store any key value pair in local storage, it persists in the local storage until unless we manually remove that key value pair from local storage, right? But if we don't manually remove that, it persists there in that web API storage space. So here, when we are setting that particular key value pair in local storage, we will take another parameter called expiry. So once that expiry time has been elapsed, the key value pair should automatically pop out of that local storage. So that is the catch here. That is the functionality that needs to be implemented here, right? So let's begin with the implementation. So I have my project setup done. I have just, you know, created a SRC folder and created two files there. One is JS file and one is HTML file, where we'll be, you know, using this JS file. So let's start implementing this. So I'll start with creating a class. I'll call this my local storage. Okay, so now here we'll be, we'll be implementing all the methods that we do have in local storage in this particular or implementation of local storage. So one is set item, another one is get item. These are very commonly used functions of local storage. Another one is remove item, right? Another one is clear. This one will be used to clear our local storage, right? So let's start with the set item one. So in set item, what do we need? We'll be needing three things. One is key, another one is value corresponding to that particular key, and another one is expiry, right? We need three things from the user. So we'll accept all these three things in the parameters. One is key, one is value, one is expiry, right? Okay. So uh, what we'll do is, let's think about the logic. So what we can do is, uh, we'll consider the current time of the system, and as we are taking expiry from the user, right? So we'll consider the current time that the system has right now, and we'll add the expiry time to that current time. And once that particular time, the the current time till the expiry time, in that particular time window only only the key value pair should persist in the local storage, and if the time has exceeded the expiry time, then it should pop out of that local storage web API, right? So what we'll do is we need to store expiry along with the value corresponding to the key in our local storage. Got it? Because from there only we'll be getting, at what time we need to pop this out of this local storage. That means we will have to, remove this out of the local storage, remove this key value pair, right? So what we'll do, first we'll create an object which will store corresponding to the key. So I'll call this item. In value, I'll pass value, and then expiry, what I'll pass current time, along with uh, the expiry. So how can we get the current time? Suppose const, I'll just call it now, new date, right? We use date object here. So now we can use now dot get time, right? Now dot get time plus expiry. So this will be the expiry time of, this particular object, the lifetime of this particular key value pair in our local storage, right? So this we want to store corresponding to this key. So how we'll store corresponding this particular item object corresponding to the key? We'll simply use local storage dot set item key comma item. Uh, we need to stringify it before that. JSON.stringify item. Right. We need to stringify it because we are using object here, and in local storage, whenever we are storing any value in local storage. If it is an object, then we need to stringify it, and vice versa. If we are, extracting any value from local storage to here in our code, then we need to parse it, right, before using that. So that's it from this particular set item. It should work. Now let us, move to get item. So in get item function, what we'll take as a parameter, right? So what do we do in a get item function of local storage? Local storage or get item takes a parameter called key, and it returns the value corresponding to that particular key. So here also we'll take this key, right? Now here is the catch. See, now we have taken the key. Now, now the thing is we need to check whether that particular value corresponding to this key exists or not. If it doesn't exist in the local storage, we'll return null. And if it exists in the local storage, what we'll do, we'll check the expiry time. If the expiry time has elapsed, then we'll return null, along with we'll remove that particular key value pair from that local storage, right? I'll repeat it. If that key value pair is not present in local storage, then we'll return null. And if it is present in local storage, then there are two conditions. One is before expiry time, one is after expiry time. So if expiry time has not been elapsed, the time right now is less than expiry time, then we'll return that value corresponding to this key. And if the expiry time has elapsed, now the current time of the system is more than the expiry time that we are getting, from the key, from the value corresponding to that key in the local storage, then we'll return null, and we'll remove this key value pair from local storage as well. Right. So first thing first, let's get this particular item from local storage. I'll say this item string and local storage dot get item corresponding to this particular key. Okay. Now we'll check if it is present or not. If it is not present, what we'll do, we'll return null. We'll simply return null. Now, uh, before using this, we'll have to, uh, parse it as I mentioned earlier. So suppose I'll say const item is equal to JSON dot parse item string. Right. Now the condition is if current time of the system, how will fetch the current time? Similar in the similar fashion, in the way we use in the set item function. We'll declare a variable called now. Here we'll use the date object, and if now dot get time, if now dot get time is greater than what? How we'll compare? We'll compare to item dot expiry, right? So because what do we have in the value corresponding to this particular key? We have this item object. In this item object, we have one thing is value, another thing is expiry, right? So we'll check item dot expiry. So if current time of the system is more than the expiry time, then what we'll do? We'll remove this. We'll pop this out from local storage. And also another thing is we'll return null from here. Right. Now the last case in this, if this should be function. Right. Now if current time of the system is less than the expiry time, then what we want to do? Then we want to return the value corresponding to this item. So item, or I should say key. So item dot value. That's it, right? Now remove and clear are straightforward as we have in local storage. There's no rocket science in this. Remove item. Simply we'll pass key. Similarly in clear also, we'll do local storage dot clear. Right. One thing I forgot here. We'll be needing a key from the user. We'll accept it in the parameter. Yeah. So this is the complete implementation, right? I'll show you how we can, test this implementation if it is correct or not, and if it. So let's create instance of this local storage class. So I'll call it my local storage new my local storage. Right. Now I'll use this JS file here in our index.html. So script src. Right. I'll open this with live server. Okay. Now observe this properly. Right now we don't have anything in our local storage. It is empty, right? Now let me try to, you know, store uh, one object here. So we have set item. What do we need to pass? We need to pass three things here. First one is key. I'm calling it name here. Another one is value. I'm calling it JSTails here. Third one is expiry. Right. Okay. So see, now we have this key value pair. Now we have this key name along with value JSTails and expiry as well. Now observe this. My local storage dot get item. Here we need to pass key. Right. I'm getting it null right now here because if we see here, it has popped out. It has popped out. It has been popped out from this local storage. It has been removed. Now we'll be little quick while observing this. Now observe this. Now I've again added this. See, can you see this? It is here in local storage. Now, uh, see, we are getting this. Now, as soon as the time is elapsed, as soon as the expiry is elapsed, the expiry time has been elapsed, we are getting undefined because it has been again popped out of this local storage. See, you're getting this. I'll show this to you again. So, I'm clearing this all. We have nothing here in local storage right now. We go in console. See, we added this. Now we are getting this. Now we are getting this. See, now we are getting null. I've again run the set function. Now if I go here, see, did you get my point? See, we are getting this here. See, once the time is elapsed, once the expiry time has been elapsed, we'll be getting null because it will pop out of this local storage API, web API. Got it? So that's it from the video. If you like the video, do uh, subscribe to my channel, like this particular video, and if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, drop them in the comments below. Thank you.